Welcome to Subramani. Today I'm trying to talk about what helps a person think in terms of being an investor rather than being a trader. Nothing wrong with trading. In fact, I think trading requires far greater skills than investing. You have to be far more alert to the factors around you. I mean, a war somewhere or a presidential death or anything like that could have an impact, which does not have so much of an impact on an investor. An investor is perhaps more lazy than a trader. A trader has to be hyperactive, especially if you're a trader in things like gold and crude, where the markets are open 24/7 because all over the world there is trading happening. So the Arab world is closed on a Friday, but you will have prices coming right up to mid of Saturday, as long as prices keep coming from the other parts of the world, right? So Singapore or Australia will wake up early in the morning and US will be going on till late night. So it is far more difficult, but I'm not getting into that. I'm getting into what do you need to think as an investor, because we keep saying look at it as if it's a business, not some ticker which is saying 1 rupee up or 1 rupee down. Should a share be priced at this price at all? So first thing that you have to do is see what is the business in which they are. For example, very many people confuse HDFC Limited as a company which is in the mortgage business. True, it started off being in the mortgage business, but today it has got a huge balance sheet with fantastic equity portfolio. Now it has some active portfolio and inactive portfolio, like it might have 20,000 shares of Carborundum Universal. That is not something where they are actively involved, but they might have a 30% stake or a 40% stake in HDFC Life Insurance. They may have a 10% stake in Bandhan Bank. They may have a 10% stake in Yes Bank. So in those places, they are partly participative, especially in Bandhan Bank and Yes Bank, but very active participants in HDFC Insurance, right? So what does the company do is a question which is very difficult for people to answer, because what does Hindustan Lever do, or what does Reliance do? Well, Reliance has laid down the pipeline to your house through which they are selling data. Let us see what all. If the content keeps increasing, you will start paying more. The same pipeline doesn't really change in terms of physical costs. That is exactly why these companies are booming. So you need to know Hindustan Lever, for example, is another company with fabulous pipelines all over the country. They could sell anything they want, right? So their strength is in the relationships. Asian Paints, strength is in the systems that run the distribution and logistics. So you need to find out what exactly is the company doing. Of course, every company makes a product. Colgate does make a toothpaste, and P&G does make shampoo. But you have to find out what is the core strength of the company, and that doesn't change over short periods of time. And because you bought into that concept and that business, you know that you have to hold it for a long period of time. You have not looked at the price volume relationship and said, 3 days it has gone up, so today it will go up further. That is a different skill, being a technical analyst. But if you want to be an investor, and today a lot of people are masquerading as value investors, everybody is a value investor in my head. So then first thing is what you look for is what is the company doing and how well is it doing. After you know what they are doing, you have to know how well it is doing. And you should not get swayed by the price in the market. Like for example, if today's price of HDFC Limited is 1,800, it just means that is the price at which a public limited listed company is changing hands at at that point in time. If I were to buy all the shares of HDFC Limited and do a takeover, would I be able to get it at 1,800? If the answer is no, I will have to pay 5,400 or 3,600 or some such number. Then that is again the value, and one day the two will merge, which means that will perhaps go up much higher, but this will also tend towards that 1800, will tend towards that 3600. That is the gap which you are trying to capture by buying at 1800. Now that is how you have to look at how private deals happen and at what prices private deals happen. Would a private investor get a company like HDFC Limited at 1800 to buy all the shares? The very act of him saying I will buy all the shares will take the price up, right? So the market rate at which a price share is available is a good indicator, decent indicator of what you will have to pay if you want to buy 5,000, 10,000 shares. But it is not an indicator of what you will pay if you want to buy. That value is what you're seeking as a value investor. So step one, know what business they are in. Not that everybody is able to find out. It is not so simple. Then you look at who are the competitors and what are they doing. Will they ever be able to fit into this? Will I be able to set up a company like HDFC even if I had unlimited resources at hand? I mean, let's say they have deployed 1 lakh crores and somebody is willing to fund me to the extent of 5 lakh crores. Will I be able to set up something like that? And if yes, how much time will it take? And the answer is, it is really tough. That is what gives it a competitive advantage, huge competitive advantage. Of course, they are in mortgage finance, but look at all the other things. Look at people who will come to borrow from HDFC Limited simply because they say, oh, it will go through their legal process. So I am buying a 4 crore house or I am buying a 2 crore house. I have all the money, but I would still take a 10 lakh rupee loan or a 20 lakh rupee loan from HDFC so that it goes through the scrutiny. Now, this is a funny reason to borrow, right? But people do borrow for exactly this reason, that let me pay a processing fee and make sure that I have a 30-year record or a 40-year record of this house be checked by HDFC's lawyers. So that's that competitive advantage, you just can't take it away. And the fact that over years they have built the goodwill that this is the company which gave me a house, right? That kind of goodwill has helped them in their banking, in their mutual fund and in their insurance business. So what I'm talking about is the moat. It's a huge moat which can't be overcome with just money. If it were so simple, there were bigger organizations than HDFC Limited which would have just snagged the business and said, okay, we can do the business better than you. They couldn't, because they built that beautiful moat. That is the other thing that you're looking for as an investor. As a trader, to you, it wouldn't really matter. What else? So what is the business competitive advantage for HDFC Limited? This is what it is. The advantage that people will walk in and take a loan. People will not expect HDFC's representative to come home to sell a home loan. Today things may be changing, but the fact that people would walk in and take a loan, which meant the employee would not tell them something, this is the way to increase your income or things like that. Less falsehood happens inside than what can happen when that representative is in your house. That is a competitive advantage again. All these put together make sure that they get a high quality clientele. So when HDFC Limited says the affordability of housing has gone up, it does not mean that. It just means that the quality of HDFC Limited borrowers is high. That is another competitive advantage or a moat for a newcomer to come. If I were to come in and speak to every HDFC potential client and offer a lesser rate, it is doubtful whether I will be able to wean away the business. Their mortgage business, their competitive advantage seems to be a nice process which people benefit, but I do think that can be copied. But the goodwill that they have created over 25 years is another big competitive advantage. Of course, in financial services, like in any other place, having uninterrupted dividend means your shareholders will be loyal to you. Your PE is a function of how much people like you, how much people love you, how much people trust you. HDFC Limited, scores over the bank, right? But the bank got the goodwill of HDFC name. The mutual fund got the benefit of the HDFC name. The insurance company got the benefit, right? So some people used the benefit, some people did not, but everybody got the benefit. And The next question we would ask is there enough business for it to grow? I mean, is there market enough for Colgate to sell more toothpaste, for Procter and Gamble to sell more shampoo, for Gillette to sell more blades, and for HDFC Limited to sell more home loans? The answer seems to be yes. So if you tick all these boxes and you invest in HDFC Limited, you suddenly become you suddenly know why you have invested and why you have taken a 20-year view or a 30-year view on the company. And you know that given the population size, given the poor penetration of housing, given the demand, so here is a company which ticks all the boxes and makes it maybe it's a value buy even at this price, saying all the value will come from these features. Every value capture need not come only from dividend. Perhaps it's not a great company to be in if you are looking at dividend, simply because the price has gone up so much that there's no meaningful dividend yield. But you're saying, okay, partially it will be dividend yield and partially it will be the growth in the business of the companies in which they have invested. All that together is my value unlock. Needless to say, these are all examples, and every company that I have mentioned is there in my portfolio. This is not an invitation for you to buy HDFC Limited. HDFC Limited is a nice example to give, simply because its price is not going to be impacted by 3,000 people watching this video. So that's the caveat. Not that I need to give you the caveat, but just telling you that I own the shares. I own all the shares that have been mentioned. My examples will come from the sample that I know, which is very small. Thank you.